You like the juice, eh?
Yeah, you know.
The juice is good, eh?
Yeah.
Dímelo, Bo, Dominican, York. What's going on, mi gente? What is going on? I hope you guys got a chance to watch my double up fragged videos. There's about 15 that I've doubled up on. Nothing special, just stuff that I enjoy personally that I found either at a great deal or was gifted and had the chance to double up. Right? Just a couple of things that I was able to double up on because of great deals, great prices, gifting. You know, my wife is amazing, so. Hey, you know, everybody's fragrance journey is different, right? So it's always a positive thing that you enjoy your journey along the way, however it goes. However it goes. In 2024, you know, after buying a couple of things for the wife, I wanted to explore frags in a deeper way. And I really started with super affordable frags. I was buying stuff for definitely under 50, but I was finding a lot of stuff that I was copping for that $20 and under. And then I started creeping into that, you know, $40 range with my first Club de Nuit Intense Man EDP. But, you know, Baré Alud, Honor and Glory, or Baré Alud, Oud for Glory, those things were like $20. And they got me into exploring more of the fragrance side of things. Cahiers Al Frisson, that's one that I'll still, you know, pull out every once in a while. Had a double up, but it was, you know, still wrapped up, so I sold it on eBay. My fragrance journey then started to take a little bit of a turn. I started to say, hey, maybe I can pick up a Mancera or two, you know, pick up a Montal or two. Then I actually started to get into Thomas Kosmala because I could pick those up for under $100. And they offered me a level of real high efficacy. You know what I mean? They were strong. They are strong projectors that last a long time that honestly a lot of people weren't talking about because I don't think a lot of people, one, maybe didn't and don't enjoy his DNA or just don't know about him, right? And then my wife, being in the position she's in, started to bring home more of the designer frags that were, you know, given to her and given to me then. And then also she started buying frags for me. She got me my first Tom Ford. She got me Oud Wood. She got me Oud Wood. And I had already bought dupes of Oud Wood. You know, I had several versions. Did a little bit of rack store buys. Did a couple of really, you know, $15 frags at rack stores. Didn't do much of it. Didn't even film it. But today in time, I do have a lot of higher end frags that I've found at, you know, 50%, 60%, sometimes 70% off. So I've got, you know, a fair amount of Initios, a fair amount of Parfums de Marly. And those are frags that the real niche heads don't really like. And the real affordable frag conscious folks don't really see the value in it as well. But where I'm going with it is that, you know, at this point, if I wanted to grab an alternative or another frag, right, I've got 527 bottles, including my wife's collection. So I include my wife's collection in that. I don't need to buy another fragrance at all. So I don't see myself looking for and searching for frags. I just watch myself. I catch myself watching and enjoying people's lives and other people's videos. Every once in a while, I've still picked up something here and there because it was just either an incredible steal or something that kind of rounded out my collection in a different way. You know, exploring ambers, exploring oud, exploring real ouds. But today, if I really wanted to up my collection, I probably would pick up a couple of more Montals. I talked about that with Chris. I said, you know, I'd probably round out my Montal selection. I've got about 8 or 9, and I'd round it out to about 14, 15, maybe 16. and some of the stuff that I got. And you can find these all for an incredible value, for expensive dupe or expensive affordable Middle Eastern house prices, right? I think I might have paid 60, 70 bucks for this. This is one that's, pretty well liked by the community, Honey Oud. Not expensive, guys. I mean, yes, relatively expensive, but if you shop around, you can find it, way less than retail, and sometimes as low as 50, 60 bucks. Arabian's Tonk is one that, normally you find it for in that $100 range, but you can find it 70, 80 bucks, 82 bucks. I think right now I've seen it for 75 or 80 bucks recently. And I did end up getting a backup bottle of this, but monster performers on both of those. Another Montal, Fruits of the Musk. This reminds me of some of the old school frags. You know what I mean? It reminds me of some of them old school frags. So yeah, maybe it's just that a lot of people don't like or respect Montal, but I know a lot of people do. And I don't see myself buying a Rabiat or Rayhan or something else, especially if it's over 50 bucks. Because at over 50 bucks, even though they're probably really great wearing experiences, I'm probably just going to round out my Montal collection for 50, 60 bucks. I ended up grabbing my backup bottle of vintage radio for about 22 bucks. I got me a backup bottle of a couple of other things. I bought some Swiss Arabians, and I'm enjoying those Swiss Arabians a lot, but they're not really new. They're not new DNAs. I bought stuff that's already been, experienced, tested, reviewed to the umpteenth degree. But Fruits of the Musk, really good, really fresh. One that I haven't worn in a minute because of the collection I got is Oud Tobacco. You can find this for 60 bucks sometimes, man. Maybe less. I don't know where you guys are looking. Another one that I need to wear, I haven't worn this winter. And now it's, winter's practically gone. Intense Cafe. So good, guys. So good. A beast. A beast of a performer. A beast of a performer. Beast. Decent atomizer, but you don't need a lot of juice. Ooh, Rose Oud. It does remind me of Shaggoff. Of Shaggoff Elixir, really. It really does. Even though this time it's coffee and not necessarily rose and oud with the caramel. Now, another house that I'm probably not going to pick up another, even though there's definitely about 5 that I still wanted to get. But when I rounded out the collection and I got the things that I've been wanting, I just kind of stuck with that. And, I've explored other houses. My Raja collection is decent. Just other things. Amor Cafe, guys. You can find this for less than 80 bucks. But it's not for everybody. Right? Oud Lemon Mint. You can find this, again, for less than 80 bucks. Not for everybody. This guy you can find, Soleil de Italy, you can find for less than 70, maybe less than 65 bucks. One that gets a lot of respect from a lot of people, Oud Exclusive. You can find this for like 60 bucks. This is a beast mode frag. If you could do Rose Oud, you'd be proud to have this in your collection. It was hard for me to wear this at first. It was so dense. This is like my first Montal. My first Mancera. The last thing that I added to the collection, and I waited till the prices dropped. Intense Instant Crush. My wife actually grabbed Instant Crush from my collection. And now I've got, Intense Instant Crush ready to go. This is not for everybody. This is, ooh, ooh. Guys, you get an amazing a pressurized atomizer. You get 120 mils, and you get them for less than $100. Many times less than $70. You just got to shop around. You know, another fragrance house that is definitely well respected and loved in the community, and you can find these. This is L'Homme Ideal Extreme from Guerlain. You can find this for less than $70, guys. 100 mil. Got a nice sized dent in there. Beautiful fragrance. L'Homme Ideal, the EDT. Definitely going to put a dent in it this summer. I did a little bit last summer, but I will be putting a huge dent in it. Wow. Intense Cafe or Instant Crush. The Intense Instant Crush is now taking over the room. Guys, incredible fragrance. L'Homme Ideal, the EDP. And there's others. I wanted the Parfum. I wanted L'Intense. Just haven't. Guys, this is so good. Perverso, for a while, you can get this for less than $70. On Olfactory Factory, it was $69.99. Yeah, it's only a 30 mil, but you don't need a lot of sprays of this. You don't need a lot of sprays of this. God, it's so good. It is so good. Perverso. That's where my journey has gone. You know, that's why I don't see myself necessarily in. And I apologize if I come off negative sometimes in anybody's live or in anybody's comments or even with the things that I may post. I respect you all. I think we all should be breaking bread like we do. And it's all an individual journey. So these are just the direction that I'm going in. Anyway, que Dios me lo bendiga. Talk to you guys soon.